Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Maxo, and it feels great to be back on this channel. Oh my god, it has been a while. I believe it's been 2 weeks since I uploaded here. If you guys are wondering where have I been, I've been on Twitch, and I've been uploading on my other YouTube channel. Feel free to go follow me on Twitch and subscribe to my new YouTube channel. That's where I will be uploading all my live streams, clips, behind the scenes, collaborations, all that good stuff. If you guys love my content and want to see more of me, make sure you subscribe to that new YouTube channel. I would really appreciate that. And now we are back with the Ouija board story. This is a part 2 of a story that I read for my channel. If you guys haven't seen part 1, please check that video out before you watch this. The link will be in the description down below. And if you have seen that already, welcome back. It took me a while to make this video because I was not sure if I wanted to share this on my channel. Like I said, it was a very personal story. I read it a couple times, but really didn't feel too comfortable putting it out here because of all the rules that YouTube has. And risking the video being taken down and getting a strike was not something that I was not really down to do. So I got back with the writer and told him to fix up a little bit of the information that he shared on his story to make it a little bit more not PG, but also not too disturbing. And like I said, viewer description is advised. If you guys don't like anything that involves the Ouija board or paranormal, I advise you maybe not to watch this video. I'll be back on my regular schedules next week. But if you're here to listen to the rest of the story, then we're in for a treat. All right, people, let's finish reading the story, shall we? It was around 11:37 p.m., almost midnight, and we were still playing the Ouija board. Eric was still talking to his father. My girlfriend and I had tried to stop the game a lot earlier, but Eric didn't listen. He kept asking his father questions, and no lie, a lot of them made sense. It almost felt like we were in a horror movie. Eric was asking very personal questions and basically grieving, which really concerned me because this was something that had clearly traumatized him. He saw his father die. Him and his father were very close, and now he was here, talking to him again, or at least that's what he thought he was. Because my girlfriend and I knew it wasn't his dad. What Eric missed from the very beginning was that when talking to the spirit, he asked questions in English, and they were answered in English. Eric's father didn't speak English. Oh no. We both knew it wasn't his father. It was 12 a.m. now, and we were still at the park. Eric was still talking to the Ouija board. We had to force him to end the game. We had to tell him it wasn't healthy for him. Then out of nowhere, a homeless man popped out, nearly giving us a heart attack. We all let go of the planchette out of fear. He asked us if we had any spare change and said, what were we doing at the park playing with the board game this late at night? We told him it wasn't an ordinary board game. It was something people used to talk with ghosts. The homeless man looked at us with a strange expression and said, "You young kids nowadays are so strange." Honestly, he was right. I gave him the $5 bill I had in my pocket, and my girlfriend gave him $2 that she had on her phone. Honestly, if it wasn't for that homeless man, who knows how long we would have been at that park. We finally left around 2:30 a.m. Eric seemed off, and he looked like he had just been hit by a truck. He said he didn't want to stay over at my house anymore. So we walked him back to his place. My girlfriend and I got back to my house really late, and after that night, Eric was never the same. I texted him throughout the weekend, asking if he was doing okay, but he never responded. That following Monday, he didn't even show up to school, or the next day either. He still wouldn't answer my calls or texts. To me, it looked like he had abandoned his phone completely. He wasn't even active on any of his social media accounts. Wednesday came, and Eric still wasn't at school. That's when I started to get really worried. My girlfriend told me we should just go to his house after school. I said yes immediately. My mom usually picked me up from school, so during lunch, I called her and told her not to pick me up because I was going to Eric's house after school. That's when she gave me some news I wasn't expecting. She said that Eric's mom had called her to tell her what had been going on. Eric didn't want to leave his room and wasn't eating. My mom said she was planning to tell me when she picked me up from school. She said if I knew anything that might have caused him to act like this. I didn't want to say that we played with the Ouija board and didn't want that news to get back to his mom, even though deep down I knew she should have told the truth. My girlfriend told me the same thing, that we should have just said it. It wasn't only my fault, it was hers too. We both felt guilty. After school, we immediately went to Eric's house. His mom opened the door and she looked extremely worried. I asked if Eric was home. She said yes, but he was locked in his room. I called his phone, texted him, and told him to come outside, that I was here for him. We tried everything to get him to open the door and talk to us, but he didn't. We stood outside his door for almost 30 minutes. Nothing. Eventually, his mom asked us to come sit in the living room with her. She started crying. She said she was very worried because she had never seen Eric like this before. The last time he acted this distant was when his father passed away. But even then, it wasn't like this. Back then, he was still talking, still eating, still grieving with his mom. Now it's almost like he was a ghost himself. She asked my girlfriend and me if we knew anything that might have helped her understand what was going on. We didn't mention the Ouija board. My girlfriend wanted me to say the truth, but I figured Eric didn't want us to tell his mom. But we did tell her that Eric had been talking a lot about his father that night. Eric's mom already knew that his father's death had always been a painful subject for him, but it still didn't make sense to her that he wouldn't even talk to her about it. She thanked us for telling her and said maybe Eric just needed time to himself. We asked if he ever left his room. She said yes, but mostly late at night, usually just to use the bathroom or get water. She told us that night before, she heard him come out of his room around 2 a.m. She got up immediately to try to go talk to him, but he shoved her away and refused to speak. It broke her heart. We stayed with Eric's mom for almost 2 hours before leaving. We told her to please let us know if anything changed or if Eric was starting to feel better. She thanked us again for being there for her. Then Thursday came. Still no sign of Eric. I called him over and over. I texted him hundreds of messages. My girlfriend kept telling me that we needed to tell the truth about the Ouija board. She said this situation was getting serious. I still hesitated. I told her I didn't want to worry Eric's mom even more. I kept telling myself, Eric just needed time. My girlfriend started crying. She said it was our fault for not stopping the game sooner. I started to cry too. I knew I was guilty. I knew I should have never bought that board in the first place. I still didn't know why I didn't stop the game earlier. Then, Friday came. Exactly 1 week after we played the Ouija board. Still no Eric at school. No texts, no calls. Around 9 a.m., I texted him saying I was going to visit him again and that I was going to bring my Xbox so we could play games together. Then around 12 p.m., my mom called me saying she was going to pick me up from school early. I thought that was strange. We didn't have anything planned and she didn't mention any appointments either. I asked her, what's going on? She said she didn't want to tell me while I was at school. The moment she said that, I knew it was bad news. When she picked me up, I could tell by her face something was very wrong. On the drive home, I kept asking her what happened. I was begging her to tell me, and when we got home, she finally told me. Eric's mom had called her, and she had given her the worst news imaginable. Eric had committed. Oh, shoot. Oh, my God. Wait a second. Wait, hold on. I don't know if I could read this, guys. I don't know if I should read this, honestly. I don't think this video is gonna go out. It happened Thursday night, around 11 p.m. I completely broke down. I screamed and begged my mom to tell me it wasn't true, but she said she would never lie, especially something like that. My best friend was gone. I called Eric's mom myself, but she didn't answer. I ran to his house, and when I got there, his entire family was there. That's when I knew the news was real. I called my girlfriend and told her. She immediately broke down. Then after Eric's funeral, things between us were never the same. She kept saying that maybe we could have saved him if we had just told the truth. About a month later, we broke up. And just like that, I lost my best friend and my girlfriend. I lost everything. I don't even know why I'm writing this. I guess I just feel like I needed to tell someone and maybe warn people not to mess with things they don't understand. Some people call me crazy for blaming everything on the Ouija board, but to me, everything adds up. We talked to something that night, something we should have never spoken to, and I believe that's the reason Eric It's been almost a decade, and I still think about it every single day. If I had just told the truth, maybe Eric would still be here. Maybe my girlfriend and I would still be together. But instead, I'm the one who has to live with it. That's why when I see content creators playing with the Ouija boards and making it look like entertainment for kids, it makes my blood boil. I'm not blaming them. The only people responsible were us, but they do make it look tempting. They make people curious. Anyway, I'm sorry if this story was long, but it's something I need to get off my chest. And out of the respect for my best friend, some things I will keep private. Thank you for reading. I'm out of words, guys. Alright, guys, I believe that's gonna be it for tonight. I'm not gonna make an outro. I think I already said everything that I had to say in the intro. I'll see you guys soon. Back to regular upload schedules next week. I'm gonna keep the likes and maybe the comments off for this video. I'm sorry, y'all. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.